5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas and looking forward to New Year. Today I'm bringing you another token to watch, one that's come to my attention quite some time ago and hasn't really done anything up until now. So I thought it was time that we did a video on it to bring it to a wider audience as it deserves it. It's called BitBoost and the ticker is BBT. So what is BitBoost exactly? Well, they say they envision a global economy in which all participants can do business with each other peacefully and efficiently, regardless of their location and without interference, censorship or high fees. So admirable goals that they want to achieve. They have a beta version available now. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And the token, as I mentioned, is called the BBT. And they have a marketplace called the Block. Now, if you want to pick some BBT up, you can get it on Ether, Delta or IDEX. It's still not really proliferated to any other exchanges. I'm sure it will in the future. So it's still a bargain at the moment. The Block is their marketplace, which is in beta. It's similar to an eBay rival. And I think it's probably better for you to watch their video first before I continue to explain about this crypto.
This is Julia. Julia is a t-shirt designer. She'd like an online presence so she can reach more customers. Unfortunately, she lacks the resources to create and maintain an e-commerce site on her own. So, she goes to an online marketplace where other people are selling clothing too. She gets a surprise when she finds out about the high fees these marketplaces charge. Up to 10%. That won't work for Julia. It would completely destroy her profit margin. She needs a way to get her business online, but still make a profit. This is Martin. He does everything online. He loves the internet, but he doesn't like how he has to give up his privacy to use popular sites. Plus, all the ads and spam are annoying. So he's been using ad blockers for years. When he goes shopping for new clothes, he would like to be in charge of who has access to his personal information. Even better, he would prefer total privacy. Lately, he's been reading a lot about cryptocurrencies. He's even bought some Bitcoin and Ether. And this is the Block, an app built on the Ethereum blockchain. The Block gives Julia a place to sell her t-shirts without having to pay high fees. Now Julia has an online shop that's profitable with no geographical limits and is easy to use. For Martin, shopping on an encrypted blockchain gives him the privacy he's been craving. No one stores his data except for sellers like Julia, so she can send Martin the hot new shirt he bought. If he does run into a problem with an item, the purchasing process is protected by an escrow system which uses arbiters. Arbiters are neutral parties who can access the escrow system, speak to both buyer and seller, and resolve any disputes. This way, both buyer and seller are satisfied. The Block has all the regular features and advantages of any marketplace, but no ads and no spam. The Block is decentralized, which means anything can be uploaded and purchased. Nobody controls what Julia and Martin are doing. Optional, customizable filters will be available so buyers only see what they choose to see. This will prevent the purchase of illegal items or items that do not complement a user's personal preferences. The Block becomes your personalized marketplace, just the way you like it. The Block, redefining e-commerce.
So the beta features of Block, which is available now, is the fact that it is decentralized in the main. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain using Ethereum smart contracts. Therefore, everything's trustless. There's no third party or central organization involved like eBay that charges you fees or removes your listings or interferes with the process in any way, shape or form. So everybody using the Block will be doing so on their own volition and being able to trade with each other as they would like. The other benefit of decentralization, of course, is it is resistant to attack, and also there's greater privacy and freedom as well to a degree. So your funds will be protected by the smart contract system that the Block utilizes. They actually have an escrow system, and that is guaranteed by BitBoost. So buyers then send the payment to the escrow system, and payments are released to sellers only when the goods have arrived as expected. So it sort of works like PayPal system, but on the Ethereum blockchain. This is absolutely private, as it says here. The block is fully encrypted. The messages between buyer and seller are encrypted, and personal information such as your addresses and details are also encrypted. So your information is protected to any kind of leak or attack. There are low fees, I believe $1 in BBT tokens is the listing fee, and that's per listing, and that does not increase or decrease. You can list as many of that particular listing as you want. Image hosting is free, and the block takes no percentage from your final sale price. It's stable and fast, they claim. It's easy to make payments, as the block has a built-in wallet that stores Ether, which is the Ethereum currency, as you know. Purchases are made directly from this wallet, and sales revenue goes directly into it. So users can buy Ether from within the block using Bitcoin as well. It's customizable. It's available as a native app on all major desktop platforms, Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. And the app includes support for themes and even comes with 2 different themes built in already. You can bookmark searches, sellers, items, and more options are coming in the future. So essentially, when the app does launch, they're in beta stage at the moment, then it will support 20 languages, and they intend to implement more. There are some great features coming when they go live. Arbitration, which obviously is important if you get something that you have ordered and it's not correct, or it's not what was advertised, then you need an arbitration system to be able to settle. There will be filters, so it will filter out items that are illegal as well as poor sellers. So essentially, it will be a meritocracy. The best sellers will benefit, and therefore the buyers will have a better user experience. They will have more themes coming. You can also adjust your privacy level settings. You can have aliases, so you don't have to have an actual identity on the block system. And they will be adding additional languages, as I already mentioned. So they're going to implement mobile versions, so you'll be able to use it on your mobile devices, which these days is essential, I think, for a DApp like this to succeed. They're going to have a reputation system similar to what happens on eBay, where you leave feedback. They're going to integrate with Tor, which is going to be good for the privacy. They're going to accept fiat payments in the future as well, so that will possibly help with cryptocurrency volatility. They're going to have multiple wallets, so they will you'll be able to have several for different people or different aliases that you have. And they will also have third-party filters, so that will assist with compliance with legal issues where you live, or other different filters that may be required for you to use this system. So they've already started private alpha testing very early on in 2017. They are now implementing the blockchain, and they are moving towards public beta testing as we speak. So as you can see from the roadmap here, they have already developed the desktop app for macOS, Windows and Linux, and 10 languages support for that, the error reporting system, and now they are moving on to actually get this implemented so they can go to a live launch. Now the BBT tokens are also available already. They've had an ICO, they had a pre-sale and a general crowd sale, and obviously they're on the main exchanges I mentioned already, Ether, Delta and IDEX. So what's ahead for 2018? Well, we mentioned all the features that they are already implementing and are going to implement. So Q1 will see the reputation system implemented, and then there will be a variable and safe low gas cost implemented as well to make it cheaper and easier to use. And then they will move on to the live web version in Q2 2018. So they're not far away from actually getting this launched. Taking a look at the team now, the team seems to have adequate experience and technical know-how to implement this project. The founder and lead developer for the front end is a guy called Paul Mahoney there, and he is a US Italian programmer living in Switzerland. He is a graduate of Harvard University, I believe. I checked out a few of these guys earlier on LinkedIn, as you should always do before making any investments. Check out who the team are, check their backgrounds, etc. It's always good to know who you're dealing with, as your investment will rely on their competence, their expertise, and their ability to implement what they say they're going to implement. So looking at the team here, they seem to all be involved in blockchain and cryptocurrency, whether that's in the development sector or investment. And the team looks competent to me to be able to deliver the block market to the masses. So they are quite active in social media. They are on Medium, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, etc. I noticed this article on their blog on Medium. They say they're allied with Status, so they have got a partnership to implement the block on the Status Instant Messenger. Now, if you don't know, Status is an open source Ethereum app with a decentralized wallet for mobile devices. Then it allows you to browse, chat, and make Ethereum payments or Ether payments over the network. They have good support on Twitter. They've got almost 3,000 followers. They are quite active. Last post was yesterday, so they're keeping everybody updated of what they're up to and what they're doing. And also they're on Telegram with almost 1,000 members, 891 to be exact, and a lot of discussion going on. So I like to see projects that remain active. If I'm going to invest in something, I like to see busy, good support, and obviously let's hope that they can grow the community as well. And I just see Paul Mahoney, the founder, is actually active on his own Telegram channel, so that's fantastic to see. That means you can contact the founder directly, and who better to ask questions to than somebody that actually knows the project inside out. Now let's look at BitBoost on CoinMarketCap. It's currently trading at a little over 14 cents, which is 990 Satoshi. And as you can see there, the circulating supply is low at just under 5 million BBT. The total supply is 100 million. Market cap is very, very small at the moment at only $681,000 or 48 Bitcoin. And there's a lot of potential in this, I think, for further growth. They only have it listed on Ether Delta at the moment, so it's relatively obscure and unknown, which I like. If you're following me for a time now, you'll know that I like my little microcap coins. Quick look at their partners. They're partnered with Pacifics, Komodo, Boston Entrepreneurship Center, and Crypto Valley, and they're also utilizing some of the other providers like Shapeshift for exchange, Cloudflare for distributed denial of service attack protection, GitHub where they have their open source software, and AmbiSafe as well to allow transparent and fair distribution of the tokens. So they look like they know what they're doing. Certainly I've got my eye on this project. So to sum up, I have invested in this project. I will be fully honest with you guys as usual. And I think it's a good project going forward. At the moment, with its current price point in both US dollar and Satoshi, it's a good entry point. I don't think it's going to go much lower, if at all, but it has very good opportunity and room for growth. The project is interesting. The team look like they can implement, and if they can take a share from the centralized marketplaces like eBay and similar, and let's face it, eBay are really ubiquitous, and the decentralization of these different online websites will ensure that some of the market share does filter down to the blockchain, and I believe this could be one of the recipients of that filter down as people transfer from a centralized to a decentralized system. So I back this project. I think it's good. I would advise you, if I were a financial advisor, which I'm not, of course, I would advise you to look closely at this project. As ever, if you're going to invest in anything, please do your own due diligence, do your own research, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Invest with caution, and exercise a little bit of restraint as well. You don't need to mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin to benefit from the growth in the cryptocurrency space at the moment. There's opportunities for savvy and clever investments to return quite decent gains. So that is BitBoost for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and I'll be back later today with another ICO review. I'm halfway through it already, so it should be uploaded this afternoon. And thanks for watching as ever.